I can't stand him. He's a terrible. I don't like this cat at all.
Scap Attack.
It's actually two guys. It's Scap Attack, which I call him Crap Attack, and Dreamers Pro.
Both of them dumbass niggas.
They come out every 5 minutes when it comes to LeBron, SGA. Brian go out, shoot 5 for 15, 18 point with a loss. Terrible. He's horrible. What king? He ain't no damn king. I see all the LeBron haters, all of them. They hate LeBron. They can't stand him. They hate him. Anything he does, well, they find something to nitpick or go give credit to the other teammate, whether it's Luka or anybody. Same haters came out and said LeBron couldn't lead nobody now. Austin Reeves and Doncic has been out. Quiet. They quiet. LeBron doing this at 41.
They do that shit every time LeBron get a win, though. They don't make no videos, bitch. That should be crazy to me. You niggas make a video every day.
3-0. From great team, from everybody who's from Luka Noir, DeAndre Ayton, get the most out of all those players. Really. But somehow he's trash.
No last Draymond. God dang. How did you center, nigga?
Let the Lakers give them people a legitimate sweep and they lose tonight. The haters gonna be full players. Crap Attack is gonna make a video about how bad LeBron is. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. I'm telling y'all.
Draymond!
It's y'all king. But back to my point with Jokic. Jokic has been awful in this series against the Timberwolves. They lost last night, I think 113 to like 90-something. He's been horrible. Horrible. Game 1. Let's look at some numbers. Game 1. 11 for 19, 25 points. 2 for 7 from 3. Let's keep going. Game 2. 8 for 20. 1 for 7 from 3. Game 3, 10 for 26, 27 points, 2
Hey, Baxi, what we doing that shit, you heard?
24.0 from fucking 3. And this the best player of this generation. He's so much better.
Whoa.
Like he is above SGA. He's overrated. He's overrated. You see how that pisses y'all Jokic fans off? It pisses y'all off when I say that. Because what I'm saying is it's diabolical. I know Jokic is not overrated, man. He's just having a tough series. Rudy Gobert has had his number. But the point I'm trying to make, that's how I feel when people call
That's a good take. That's a good take. I can't even hold it.
That's how I feel when people call LeBron overrated. And I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, guys. I came out and made a Brian video about how much I didn't come out and appreciate what the Clippers post in the background when he took the picture over the summer when he was at odds with the front office. That pissed me off. I'm like, bro, you don't have to do none of that lame shit to get your point across. That was lame, bro. If Brian don't play well, I'm gonna call it out. I don't have no emotional attachment to none of these players, bro. But I will say I rocked the SGA heavy. And he did not play well game 1 on the Suns. But at the same time, the comment section, I saw Instagram retweet. See, he's not better than Jokic. I told y'all, this show.
Nah, he is better than
Jokic. 8 for 23, game 1. But guess what? They're winning. Jokic is not winning right now. He's not playing any defense. They're using him in pick and roll, and he is getting abused. When Jaden Games came out after game 2, just attack him. We ain't got to keep out shooting him, going back-to-back shooting him. You're not going to win that battle. That's not how you beat them. Let's attack them. Let's get physical with them. Let's get to the paint, run pick and roll, put Jokic's ass in pick and roll, and Jamal Murray and force them to play defense. And they have not been able to do it. Jokic has been totally neutralized this whole playoff series. So Scap Attack, what are you going to say? Who are you going to blame? Because every time when Jokic wins, it's Jokic. It's all Jokic. When Jokic loses, it's the teammates. Or he's tired. Or he's exhausted from carrying them. Y'all find every reason to get on Brian. Stephen Curry. The list can keep going on and on. KD. And I'm going to get to KD in a different video. Y'all by the way, because we hold these mega stars to a higher standard than a regular star, than an all-star, than a young superstar, than a rookie star. We hold them to a different standard. When it comes to Brian, SGA, Jokic, KD, Steph, who else? Wimbelam, all of them, Luka, we hold them to a different standard than everybody else. So I want you to hold Jokic to that same standard. You just say, you come out and say, he's your king, right? LeBron fans, he's the king, right? You don't want to hear no excuses. You don't want to hear none of that.
Trash ass bonus.
You're not going to come out and make it, you're not going to come out and say, you're gonna find a way to still bring Brown with him without Luka and Austin Reeves. You don't want to get an injury excuse. You can let LeBron get it done, right? Right? So that's my same thing. I don't give a damn Jokic was hurt for parts of the season and he's probably dealing with a nagging injury. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear Aaron Gordon is hurt. His front court running mate is hurt. I don't want to hear Christian Brown being terrible. I don't want to hear that. This is generation GOAT, right? Correct? I'm just making sure, guys. To be a good sportscaster, bro, you gotta keep it 55th on all these players. You cannot move the goalposts, bro. If SGA come out and lose in the playoffs, God, I'm gonna be the first one to say it. I just cannot say it. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember, he should work on his game.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite players. So I always put SGA. And
he's 2 for 2.
this don't take away, this series don't take away how he hit Jokic. I'm not looking at Jokic as he's an overrated player, but people make me not like these guys. Fans and fandom and guys like Scaffatek and other guys moving the goalposts. The demons, other players they don't like, it's no credit given at all. Fans, no credit given. It's all this some bullshit that don't even matter to the game that the guys are playing, like Brown or whatever. 41, still going strong, still shooting a higher percentage, but he ain't got no bag. He ain't got no bag.
And getting going again here in the second quarter.
Nobody's going to catch up to this man in the record books on some of these stats, man. Nobody. You don't gotta, don't get me wrong, guys, you don't gotta like Brian, SGA, you don't gotta like none of these.
I think you should already know Prize Picks is now available in most states.
Download the Prize Picks app and start playing today.
Rave reviews from real rover users. Our fur family has the best care while we were away. Wonderful sitter. She treated our cat like her own. Best boarding and care in the area. For loving pet care in the neighborhood.
Live in New York, we're going to put a mascot in the show today. First time in show history. Usually I'm anti-mascot. Did you guys know that about me? Can I do that once? We've never had a mascot in the show because I find that they're antics.
We had a goat or a deer.
Yeah.
We brought a live deer. That's what
I'm talking about the really anti mascot. But he saw, like I saw, Rocky, the Nuggets mascot, go 60 feet in the air and hit a
He should be playing for the Nuggets.
Man, unbelievable.
I mean, that is
Also, just standing up there is pretty illegal.
right. And then to make a shot,
Yeah. OSHA violation. It's crazy.
like you can be good at that and just miss.
Yeah.
Did he make it on the first try?
I don't know that.
It might have taken
I would like to see him versus Red Panda in some version of, the greatest plays.
Well, that's okay. I mean, get that get out there.
7 shots.
1 for 7 is like 13%, 50%. I think I'm half 40%. From half, he was actually, it was 4 for him, wasn't it?
All right, we're starting in Denver. Joker notches his 23rd playoff triple-double. 3rd most all-time behind. Yep. And LeBron. You guys got it right, just like me. Staying off elimination by the story interval, who did manage to put up 113 points. Looks like the Joker proved last night.
I mean, I don't know if he had to prove something. Obviously, he needs to win the series. But I'm saying, it's not a surprise to me that he came out and had a great game. It was more surprising that he was struggling. And maybe I feel differently if he had not had great success against Gobert in the past. Like, he's had his way with Gobert entering this series. Like 50 playoff games, he's played well. So I figured at some point he figured it out. I'm not saying he's going to have his way with the rest of the series, but he played smart. He always plays smart, but I thought it was wise of him. I said yesterday, going to the mid-range, and his first 2 buckets were kind of mid-range floaters that you can, Gobert's not right up on you. So he hit those, gets in a little rhythm, and then anytime Nas Reed was switched on to him, he took it into the post. So he got his rhythm going that way. I thought it was interesting that the 1-3, he's been struggling from 3, which has been a huge part of the problem with Denver. He's 18% in the series. He was 1 before last night. But when he hit before the buzzer at halftime, which makes me think, is he thinking too much? Because that's obviously not thinking too much. But I think he was over here having to thinking too much during the game.
Sorry to interrupt, man. Keep going. When he hit that, because I tweeted it, I was like, I wonder Joker's about to hit like 8 of his next 11 threes over the next few months. I thought he was making that, but then he didn't make any. He only took, I think, 1 in the second half, and he didn't make any more. So, but I did think just seeing that go in, the 3 he made in the conference finals the year they won the title, and that year he shot like 50% from 3 in the playoffs, and I thought that would get him going.
Yeah, but he was passing. I mean, his numbers have been great throughout the series. So the 16 assists. If he proved anything that somebody didn't know, he's the best passer center at Reed. He proved that again. Reed was great, had some great dimes. The key to the game, though, was Denver's, a combination, I guess, of Denver playing a little bit better defense, but Minnesota making 25 turnovers, which is the most in the history of this franchise. 99 playoff games, they've never turned it over 25 times. They entered this game averaging 12 turnovers a game. They had 13 was the most they've had in the game. Obviously, and Anthony Edwards is their biggest ball handler, and then even Chuzo, the other starting guard. So now, let's see if that's a problem going forward. They just, McDaniels have 4, a couple other players had 3 and 4. Like, guys that aren't used to handling the ball as much had to handle it more. So that could be probably something that we can try to capitalize.
So, what did Jokic prove last night? I think last night he proved there was nothing he could have proved, but he proved nothing. They avoided disaster. That's what they did. Last night they avoided disaster. And to me, there's 3 branches this Nuggets season can go. And branch 1 is they lose this series. And it's an abject failure. It's particularly, it would have been a failure had Minnesota been fully healthy and beat them. You were peaking at the right time in Denver. You were the scary team. I spent so much time being like, oh my God, the Spurs screwed themselves by getting the round 2 matchup. So losing in round 1 would have been disaster no matter what. Losing in round 1 when the other team's starting backcourt is out would be catastrophe. Yeah. So that's branch 1. Branch 2 is they win this series and then lose to the Spurs. And that would mean this series kind of meaningless. Because people will say, well, when Minnesota was fully healthy, they had you dead to rights. The Spurs beat you. And then I think you do have to start to consider, is this Nuggets era, is it over?
I think that you're right on the button.
And what that would mean for Joker, there's a lot of great basketball left, but he likely is going to land in the all-time pantheon in the Dr. J, Moses, Oscar, Giannis, West area, rather than that upper area we've been talking about, because they, to me, wouldn't have a lot of flexibility forward. The third branch, however, is they win this series, and then they go and beat the Spurs. and Joker looks like he did in the regular season against Wemby, and then retroactively this series becomes less about what Joker didn't do and more about holy moly. Wow, what a job Rudy Gobert did. Look at what, look at what Joker looked like against the unanimous defensive player of the year, Rudy Cameron. Yeah, and it becomes less about Joker's failings and more about, hey, that is a really tough matchup. That team is, that's a great rivalry. Rudy did a great job. Maybe a little lesson for Wemby as far as, against this player, strength is more important than length, whatever it is. But that's where Denver is. Like, the only way to get back what they lost over the last week and what Joker lost is in the next round. And so I don't think, if you think I'm moving the goalpost or being unfair, I think that's a pretty objective given where Minnesota sits.
So you say if they win this round, because I think if they win this round, nobody's worried that much about how Gobert kind of just Jokic. You're saying if they lose the second round, or now you look at this round, the Gobert gave you problems. They lost to Wemby.
I just think that if they lose in the next round, then it's like, all right. They won the title, and then it's 3 straight years they're out in round 2. The Spurs are arrived. The Thunder are there. The Nuggets now have real concerns. Can we rely on Aaron Gordon for the end of the year? The Christian Brown contract looks like one of the worst. He has a 5-year, $125 million deal that hasn't started yet. He's been a week like. You start to say, was their championship window 20 to 25? And it's over. Like that was the year.
Also because their two Memphis, OKC and San Antonio are just going to get better.
Right.
And the Lakers are going to be there with Luka. They should get, if they go to the first and second round, they need to get another star or a superstar. One thing I will give Jokic, I mentioned it, the 5 centers I have ahead of him all have superstar teammates, perimeter teammates. So I think you got to go get them something like that, because they shouldn't. They have to try to win as many championships as they can with them, which I'm not sure they've been doing. I think they were happy with their one, and they kind of coached. Just quickly before we go to the Pistons, who do you have in the series now? I'm going to say Minnesota gets game 6. I mean, but if it goes 7, I don't like Minnesota.
I mean, Minnesota has won a game 7 in Denver, but Anthony Edwards was there.
I think they got it in 6.
I think Denver's going to win the series, and then I picked them to go to the finals. I have hated how they have looked in this series. I am leaving open the possibility it is truly just a terrible matchup. You know what I mean? And that they match up better against San Antonio, and that Joker, if he gets to the other side of it, will feel like a averted disaster there. Now let me go.
They have Gordon too.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, these calf strains.
You got to be careful with hamstrings.
Yeah, not great.
Achilles, on the other hand. No big deal. Earlier, Detroit Cade had another 8 turnover game. Pistons only scored 88 points, find themselves in a 3-1 hole to the 8-team matchup. Now, they're the 6th 1 seed to find themselves in this spot. All have lost, except, fittingly, the Pistons who beat the Magic. So what has gone wrong for the Pistons? Well, first of all, let me say 2 things I'm ashamed of. Okay. All right. Number 1, I picked Detroit to get to the finals. Yeah. It doesn't look, right now I would say they're not even getting to the second round. All right. And I was fooled by how they were winning all those games without Cade. Because going into that, I felt they match up great against the Knicks. They couldn't play with Boston. They scored too much, But I was thinking, wait, they averaged 116 points a game while Cade was out. They were on a winning streak. And so I figured, okay, they're going to have some offense outside of them. Turns out they don't at all. I don't know what happened. They disappeared. Secondly, and I want to look, let me credit Jason Green. He had a great regular season, on second on all, most improved player on my ballot and overall. it is. I'm comforting myself by saying it's a regular season award. So I had him on second team All-NBA. Now, I would have felt better putting him now on third team. I'm not saying he should have been All-NBA, but I would have felt much better with him on third team because he is getting not destroyed, solidly outplayed by Wendell Harley. I mean, a straight-up role player is outplaying him decisively. All right, so what's happening to him is this is a tough matchup for him. Orlando was supposed, as you know, your favorite team, was supposed to be better than Detroit going into this season.
Preseason win total 55.5, Orlando 46.5.
Oh, so significantly better.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner missed 48 games. Jalen is Suggs missed 30 or almost 30 games.
They seem to hate the
25 games.
Yeah.
It seems, I don't know what's going on now to reconcile, but so they never really got to play fully together. Obviously, they just got helping out Wagner. That could be big. And maybe that's an opening.
Wagner's another capture.
Yeah, and that could be an opening for the Pistons. But last year they were second in the league in defense. They were physical, they were tough, they were like Detroit and couldn't shoot. They got Desmond Bain, so you felt like, okay, yes, they're shooting, even though it didn't fully solve it. My point is this. They are very similar to the Pistons in defense. Now that they've gotten it together, physical, they're going at them. And then they are more talented offensively. Not just Brian Carroll, Wagner, certainly when he's healthy. Suggs is okay, and Desmond Bain, Wagner, and Brian Carroll are legitimate 20-plus point scorers. Detroit has Cade, they're locking off the lane, you know, they're doubling him, and he's just trying to do it all, and he can't. That's their problem. They're in deep trouble. I think they're going to lose it. But, you know, hopefully they'll come back.
At least Safe Lake can come to you for free. They can come to you for free.
That's right. Safe Lake can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want and no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to safelight.com. Hey, there's Safe Lake Place.
Here's Moody. Ramsey with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Good on the shot.
And that's tough to guard against. Maxey is just so quick off the ground with that pull-up.
Top of the key, Butler. Back to Curry.
Go. No, okay. Listen, coming in today, just something I was going to say. Before the year,
Jimmy Butler.
Orlando's looking up. Neither team, it's not like, yeah, but then neither team suffered the Houston-style injury of all these guys are out. Orlando was just dysfunctional. And what is so stunning about Orlando's just how dysfunctional they were. They were dysfunctional 10 days ago. Game 82 in a game they needed. They lost to the Maine Red Claws. The first play-in game, they lost to Philly. We were on here last Friday talking about how you guys wanted the Hornets to win because they at least could give us an entertaining round one. And Orlando, like, KW is going to act in a moment like this is his team. He wanted them out of the playoffs for sure. They wanted to be out of the playoffs. And the Hornets and got the buzz. Then the Hornets, they got one half of the Hornets playing basketball and it made them believe that we didn't clutch it up. And so that's what Orlando finally putting it together, and credit to the much maligned and under a lot of pressure Jamal Mosley. Because
I think you got to keep him assuming they win this.
I mean, listen, he was as pre-fired as any coach ever has been, and now they're going to be the first team potentially in 15 years to beat a 60-win team in round one. Like, you know, have an 8-1 upset. Like, so credit to him because I thought they were done. It seemed like he and Paolo were at odds all of them. So that's the Orlando credit. The Detroit discredit is, what the hell, guys? And I don't want to be too hard on Cade because he is having to do everything, but he's like,
performance for Paul George.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Butler on the wing. Back to Curry. Outside Butler. Puts it up. And again, no good by Golden State. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside for George. No good with the triple. Now Moody. Bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And here's Maxey. This one for three. And the three ball is good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct.